You sit there, quiet room, textbooks open, lips moving silently, trying to speak English, but there's no one around. And suddenly, your confidence? Gone. You feel weird, awkward, like you're talking to ghosts. Maybe you even say to yourself, "What am I doing? This is pointless." But it's not. Here's something no one tells you. Speaking English alone isn't a failure. It's not a last resort. It's actually one of the most powerful ways to build real fluency. Let me ask you something. Have you ever wondered why some people become fluent so fast, even though they don't live in an English-speaking country? They're not special. They're not more gifted. They've just learned how to speak to themselves in ways that train their brain like they're living in English 24/7. And the best part? You can do the same. Right here, right now, with just your voice, your room, and the few daily habits that'll transform how you sound, think, and express yourself in English. In this video, I'll show you exactly how to do it, step by step. No partner needed, no embarrassment, no audience, just you, becoming fluent in the most unexpected, powerful way. Let's begin.
You've heard it 100 times, right? To speak fluent English, you have to practice with native speakers. You need to live in an English-speaking country. You need a conversation partner, otherwise you'll never improve. But here's the truth no one tells you. That's a lie. A well-meaning lie, but still a lie. Because let me ask you this. If that were true, then how do millions of people who've never left their hometown manage to speak English like they were born with it? How do some learners without any native friends end up speaking more confidently than students who studied English for 10 years? It's not about location. It's not even about who you talk to. It's about how often you activate your voice and how intentionally you use it. See, your brain doesn't care whether you're speaking to another human or speaking into a mirror or talking to your wall while brushing your teeth. It just needs repetition, emotion, rhythm, real voice practice. Because fluency isn't built in conversations. It's built before the conversations ever happen. And the people who get fluent fastest, they've learned to speak English alone. They use strange, creative, powerful techniques, most of which nobody teaches in schools. But today, I'm going to teach you those exact methods, the same 5 daily habits that fluent speakers use without needing a partner, without leaving home, without awkward lessons. And once you start using them, you'll see something strange happen. You'll stop waiting for someone to practice with, because your fluency won't depend on anyone but you. Let's start with method number 1. And trust me, it's so simple you could start it before this video ends.
Okay, let's get into it. Here's where things start to feel real. Because method 1, this one's not just simple. It's honestly kind of fun once you get into it. It's called the echo out loud technique. And it might just change the way you learn English forever. Here's how it works. You find a short English clip, just 10 to 30 seconds. Could be a movie scene, a YouTube short, a podcast moment, anything spoken by a fluent native speaker. Now here comes the fun part. You play the clip, and then you echo it immediately, line by line, emotion by emotion, word for word, like this. "I can't believe you did that." You pause the video. "I can't believe you did that." Try to match their rhythm, copy their tone, feel what they're feeling. It's not about memorizing, it's about mirroring. And yes, it'll feel weird at first. You might stutter. You'll definitely laugh at yourself. You might even say, What am I doing? I sound ridiculous. But don't stop. Because this is the secret. You're not just repeating words, you're training your mouth, your brain, your ears to work together in real time. You're absorbing the flow of English, the music of it, the intonation, the stress, the pauses, everything your textbooks ignored. Now, here's a pro tip. Start with emotional scenes, arguments, comedy, excitement, anything with strong feeling. Why? Because emotion gives your words life, and life is what makes speech stick. Try this with your favorite movie scene. Pause every line, echo it with energy. Act it out like you're auditioning for a role. You'll be amazed at how fast your fluency improves. When I first started doing this, I felt like a total imposter. I wasn't fluent. I wasn't confident. I was just standing in my room repeating movie lines. But after a week, my speech started flowing. I felt connected to the language, not memorizing it, feeling it. Speaking with rhythm, with natural pauses, with confidence you didn't even know you had. Now, imagine doing this every day for just 5 minutes. What starts as a silly imitation turns into real fluency. Not just knowing English, living it. Speaking with rhythm, with natural pauses, with confidence you didn't even know you had. Now, imagine doing this every day for just 5 minutes. What starts as a silly imitation turns into real fluency. Not just knowing English, living it. Speaking with rhythm, with natural pauses, with confidence you didn't even know you had. Hey, if this is already making sense to you, if something inside you's thinking, I could actually do this, then hit that subscribe button, because this is just the beginning. The next technique, it pushes you even further into full-speed, raw, unscripted speaking. And it's called 1-minute thought bombs. Let's go. All right, let's talk about the method that really changed my fluency. And warning, this one might scare you a little because it's unscripted, unfiltered, and it's going to show you exactly where you are and exactly where you can go. It's called the 1-minute thought bomb. Here's how it works. You set a timer, just 60 seconds, you hit start, and you speak. That's it. No script, no pausing, no planning. Just you and your English. You might start with something simple like, what did I do today? What do I want in life? Why do I feel stuck? And then you speak. Even if your grammar sucks, even if you don't know the words, even if you freeze mid-sentence and forget everything, you keep going. Because this method isn't about perfection. It's about breaking the mental block between your brain and your mouth. Trust me, that block is real. It's what causes that awful feeling when someone says, "So, speak English," and your mind goes completely blank. But when you train yourself to speak through the awkwardness, the pauses, the stumbles, the mess, that's when fluency begins. The first time I tried this, I literally said, my name is I, today I went to the shop. It was rough. I cringed. I wanted to stop at 20 seconds, but I didn't. And by day 5, I was talking for 1 full minute without stopping. By day 20, I wasn't just speaking, I was thinking in English. Here's the secret. When you speak for 1 minute nonstop, your brain is forced to create, not memorize, to express, not repeat. And when you do it daily, you stop fearing your mistakes because mistakes become movement. And movement, that's how fluency grows.
Want to level it up? Record yourself. Yep, I said it. Use your phone. Don't overthink it. And no, you don't have to post it anywhere. This is just for you. Because when you hear your own progress, you'll realize something powerful. Hey, I sound better than I did last week. I'm finding words faster. I'm actually getting fluent. Hey, if this part gave you that nervous little, ooh, I should try this feeling, follow that. And if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button because this channel is for learners who are serious enough to speak before they feel ready. Now, you've echoed native speakers, you've started creating your own words, but what if you could combine both and actually simulate a real conversation? No, seriously, that's what we're doing next. It's time for the mirror roleplay method, and it's going to be weird but powerful. Let's go. Okay, this next method, it's gonna feel a little strange at first. You're gonna talk to yourself in a mirror. Yes, really. I told you it'd get weird. But stay with me, because this method is one of the fastest ways to build speaking confidence when you're learning alone. It's called the mirror roleplay method. And here's how it works. You stand in front of a mirror, any mirror, your bathroom, bedroom, wherever. You imagine a real-life situation. Ordering coffee, meeting someone new, explaining your job, even arguing with a taxi driver in New York. Now, you play both roles. Yes, both. You're the customer and the barista. You're the tourist and the local. You're the hero and the villain. Where were you last night? And no, you don't need to win an Oscar, but you do need to commit. Because when you roleplay like this, even badly, you're not just practicing English, you're practicing situations. You're simulating what fluency actually feels like. Try this. Look in the mirror and say, "Hi, I'm here to pick up my reservation." Then switch roles. Change your voice slightly. "Sure, what name is it under?" Back to you. "It's under Alex." "Ah, got it. Follow me, please." See what's happening? You're building fluency in context. Not just words, but how those words live in real life. The first time I did this, I was so awkward. I remember thinking, I look ridiculous. This is so fake. What if someone hears me? But guess what? Nobody did. And the next time I had to speak in public, it didn't feel new because I had already lived it in my mirror. That's what practice does. It makes the impossible feel familiar. Want to supercharge this? Add emotion. Say the same line angry. Say it happy. Say it bored. Say it shocked. You'll discover how much your tone changes the meaning of your words. And that's fluency on another level. If this mirror roleplay technique made you smile or made you think, oh wow, I could totally do this, tap subscribe now. Because this channel isn't just about learning English, it's about owning it, living it, speaking it alone until it feels natural with everyone. All right, you've echoed native speakers, you've dropped thought bombs, you've role-played like an actor in your bathroom. But there's still one thing missing. Vocabulary. Not boring vocab drills. I'm talking about living words. Words you remember because you spoke them,
used them, felt them. That's next. Let me introduce you to the talk it till you own it method. You ready? Okay, this is where we level up your vocabulary game. But not the boring way. No flashcards, no robotic apps that quiz you like you're taking an exam. What is the meaning of ubiquitous? No thanks. We're doing something real, something practical, something that makes new English words stick to your brain like glue. It's called the talk it till you own it vocabulary loop. Here's how it works. Step 1. Pick one new word. Just one. Doesn't need to be fancy, just new to you. Let's say the word is frustrated. Say it out loud, over and over. Frustrated. Frustrated. I feel frustrated. That was frustrating. He looked frustrated. Now, build tiny stories using that word. Like this. I waited in line for 40 minutes, and then the cashier told me they were closed. I was so frustrated I almost cried. Say it dramatically. Say it like you mean it. Feel the word, use the word, live the word. And that's the moment your brain goes, oh, now I get it. This isn't just repetition, it's ownership. Because when you use a new word in 3 or 4 different ways, out loud, with emotion, in your stories, you don't forget it. It becomes yours, not something you studied, something you say. Think of it like trying on clothes. You don't remember a jacket just by looking at it on a shelf. You remember it when you try it on, when you move in it, when you feel how it fits. That's what this is. You're trying on new words, wearing them around your brain until they fit, like they were always part of your vocabulary. Here's how to build your daily loop. Day 1, choose one new word. Say it 10 times. Use it in 3 real sentences. Say those sentences out loud. Bonus, make a 1-minute voice note where you use the word in a story. Then what? Repeat the cycle tomorrow. New word, new loop. In 30 days, you've spoken 30 powerful new words. Not memorized, spoken, felt, owned. When I started doing this, I realized something crazy. Words I used to forget instantly started coming to me mid-sentence, like they'd been there all along. Because I didn't just learn vocabulary, I had a relationship with it. That's what the vocabulary loop gives you. It turns words into habits, into memories, into friends even. Quick check-in. If this method feels exciting, if you're already thinking, yeah, I could start this loop tonight, go ahead and subscribe. Seriously, this channel is built for people who want fluency to feel like freedom, not frustration. Now, we've echoed, we've bombed thoughts, we've argued with mirrors, we've owned new words, but we've got one more method. And it's the one that ties everything together. The method that forces your brain to think, speak, and problem solve in English without warning.
It's called the Daily Fluency Challenge. And it's like a gym workout for your mouth. Ready? Let's go.
You've made it this far. You've spoken. You've struggled. You've repeated. You've even argued with yourself in a mirror. But now, it's time for the final test. Something that takes all the methods we've practiced and mixes them into a single powerful daily ritual. I call it the Daily Fluency Challenge. Here's what you're going to do. Every day, choose one topic. Any topic. Could be deep, could be silly. Why do people lie? My dream vacation. The weirdest food I've ever eaten. What would I do if I had $1 million? Whatever you choose, you now have 3 minutes to speak about it. Out loud. No script, no translation, not even if you say, what am I even talking about? Keep going. Because fluency isn't about being perfect. It's about staying in the flow. That's what this challenge teaches you. At first, you're gonna hate it. You'll feel exposed, your thoughts will come out messy, you'll forget simple words, you'll even invent new ones. But then, something shifts. Your brain stops asking for permission. It starts working with your mouth. It stops translating and starts thinking in English. And that's fluency in motion. Want to supercharge the challenge? Record yourself. I know. You don't want to hear your own voice. Nobody does. But watching your own progress, seeing yourself struggle, then improve, it's like time-lapse learning. It makes you proud. It builds momentum. It tells your brain, hey, we're doing this. We're getting better. Here's your daily fluency challenge formula. One topic, 3 minutes, no stops, speak it out loud, record it if you can, and repeat for 30 days. That's it. You do this daily, your fluency will shift from knowledge to instinct. From I studied English to I speak English. You'll stop pausing mid-sentence, stop overthinking verbs, stop feeling like you need someone else to practice with. Because you'll become your own teacher, your own challenger, your own breakthrough. Hey, if the idea of this challenge lit a little fire in you, if you're imagining yourself doing this in your room, on a walk, or even in the shower, then you're ready. And if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. Because this channel isn't just about teaching English. It's about pushing you until English feels like it's part of you. So start today. Because your fluency is waiting for you to speak it into existence. Let's go. So, now you know. You don't need to live in London, you don't need an expensive tutor, and you definitely don't need to wait for someday. Because everything you need to speak English fluently is already inside you, right now. You've got your voice. You've got your ideas. You've got your will. And now, you've got 5 daily habits. Echoing like a native, thought-bombing your ideas, talking to your reflection with power, owning vocabulary like a storyteller, and challenging your brain to speak on the spot. Each habit simple, each one free, but together, they make you unstoppable. I remembered the first time I tried speaking English alone. My hands were shaking, my voice cracked. I kept looking at the door like someone might laugh at me. But no one did. And eventually, I didn't laugh at myself either. Because every word I said made the next word easier. And every sentence I spoke brought me closer to the speaker I wanted to become. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to begin. And then begin again. Tomorrow and the day after. Until one day you look in the mirror, speak out loud, and think to yourself, wait, did I just say that without thinking? That's when you know. You're not learning English anymore. You're living it. If this video helped you, even just a little bit, hit that subscribe button. Not just to support me, but to make a commitment to yourself. This channel is your space to grow, to learn, to fall and get back up every single day. And hey, in the comments below, I want you to answer this. Which of the 5 habits are you starting today? Write it, claim it, and come back tomorrow to tell me how it felt. You've got this. And I've got you. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, keep speaking. Keep showing up. And keep surprising yourself every single day.